Hey, should we play D&D? I think we should play D&D. Don't you? I think we should play D&D. I agree. Let's play D&D, me. Yeah. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome. Willkommen. Bienvenue. Hi. To explore the beyond, the grip of the Fungal Queen. I think it's episode 7. I think it's episode 7. It's not bad. It's not bad. We are approaching the climax of this campaign. We are gonna have to see what transpires, I guess, but I'm excited for it, so I hope you all are too. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say. Let's just unmute everyone and see what happens. Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. How is everyone doing?
Good.
Lovely.
Good. I don't remember who's doing recaps this week. It's been a little while.
I was last week, if that helps.
That'd be me then.
It's a Burias.
Okay.
A wild Burias has appeared.
I'll do it quick.
Do it quick.
Do we do it in 24, 25 things or?
26 words. You can do it.
Are you sure? Okay.
I believe in you. You've got that extra word.
Just trying to recap in my head quickly so I can look at it and then I can work it out. When two middle fungus thing
Right?
got hurt. This isn't going to work, I don't think. People will be like, well, it was 2 weeks ago. What do you mean middle thing? I'll do it on. We went into the middle thing on this kind of screen now, and then we started getting like incapacitated or like injured or whatever. But then we all got teleported off into the same map but in separate areas. The landscape kept changing, and we ended up having a big a big house in the middle, in which I didn't even go for the most important part yet. Sorry, Grant. He kind of gets turned into a second Grant is kind of created, like a doll type version of him. After I think we tried to pull him out back through that middle thing, and it's weird, almost like a ventriloquist dummy kind of thing. And you've named, what did you name?
Gravel.
Gravel.
Oh, well, Grav for short. His name's
Grav.
Grav.
And you're wearing Grav as like a backpack kind of thing.
Yeah, and he's got like potions stuffed into him.
That's it. We go through, and
Really?
oh, he did hit. Well, yeah, okay.
No, you had to take them out, didn't you?
I think someone stood inside, but it healed up.
I thought you just healed up so they're stuck inside him.
I think you took them all out to organise them, and when you did, he healed up and you couldn't put them back.
Oh, okay.
That sounds alright then. But yeah, the next map we get all teleported through. Grant has got gravel on his back as a kind of a backpack kind of thing. We see a house in the middle, and our Tulip kind of makes friends with the person inside the house, who is called Turnip, but it turns out to be Malkira, kind of dressed up. Gets upset that Grant had killed one of his little protector monsters.
He did kill my trident.
Yeah, he dipped it, but it didn't belong, I guess. Well, you've still got half of it. It's fine. We kill Malkir. Go for the house. Nothing goes on. We burn it, and then like the puppet starts doing the talking instead of Grant. so it's a bit weird, and also heals up after we have a short rest as well. We get back to the kind of area we're in now, and then decide we're going to head out through the northern exit, because that's where we're supposed to go. Who was telling us we're supposed to go this way? Was it the puppet?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was it.
The puppet said something along the lines of, "I know where to go. Let's go this way," and pointed off in the direction of the northern exit.
And that's where we find ourselves.
That's
Yep,
where
because no one decided against the puppet.
nobody
Alura
could
doesn't
think
think it's a good idea.
nobody could think of a better thing to do than follow a spooky puppet.
I didn't want to go back into the place where there was the water that I fell in once. So
That's fair.
All right. Okay. So we rejoin with our little group of adventurers, just heading in a direction. And as you're walking, the puppet Grav is literally just holding a finger out over your shoulder and pointing in a direction. And as it points, it sort of moves occasionally to indicate, go this way, go this way. And the more you divert from the path it points, if you do at all, the arm continues to follow a direction, but seems to get incredibly heavy over your shoulders, dragging you down slightly. It doesn't speak again. However, every time Grant speaks, he continues to speak through it.
Lovely.
That comes through Grav. Just FYI.
No, I'm just like leading the group then. Like, we're going this way, guys, as if I know where I'm going.
okay. Guess I'd follow.
Okay. The more you follow, but it literally goes in the way that the more you follow the direction that Grav shows, the lighter he becomes on your back. As soon as you start to divert from a direct path, even to go around a tree, he just suddenly becomes heavy, like he is just a bag of gravel on your back.
Okay.
Eventually, after an indeterminable amount of time, you find yourself coming to a sort of another grove, this time similar in style to where you've just come from, with the sort of giant looking trees and everything that turned into a sort of mushroom town. You find yourself in a very kind of picturesque environment. There are fireflies floating around in the sky. There's tiny leaves that seem to be luminescent, falling from the sky, not necessarily from the trees themselves, but just from the sky. They'll hit the floor and disappear, kind of like snowflakes just melting on impact. And before you can see a glowing pool of water that's just shimmering slightly and seems to have some form of current going through it, but away from the shore into the center. And beside it, there's a camp with a fire that is just burning away, but nobody in sight. The Gravel's hand is pointing directly at the camp.
This looks a bit cozy.
I guess whoever's camping here can help us. I mean, it's the direction we're going.
Fire can't. Someone has to be looking after the fire, right? And the ground's not like tainted or anything. It's
just seems to be. It's not tainted. It's a strange consistency. It would almost be like artificial grass in how it feels and looks. Like it's supposed to be a grassy vale, but it hasn't. It's better described like this. It's like walking. It's like going to a new area in a video game, and the environment hasn't rendered properly, and there isn't a grass texture on the ground. It's just like, the blank ground texture essentially. So like it's the
Okay.
color. It's the color of grass, but there is no grass.
Okay.
Well, I will look around, see if I see anything out the anything that seems stranger than what's happening, I guess, and then if there's nothing, kind of do that thing where you backpack where you lift it up and forwards a bit so it's properly secured on your back,
Mm-hmm.
and just start heading to the fire.
Okay. You start heading over. Nothing strange happens as you do. It just continues to be a fire, same size, same distance. Nothing like the illusion you faced before with the trees. Just continues to burn away.
How long
Well-
would have we been traveling for? Like, would we have an estimate?
It's difficult to tell. You're feeling quite tired. It could quite conceivably have been 3 to 4 hours.
Okay.
But at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's been that long, but it also feels like it's been a long time.
I'm gonna take Grav off my back, put him to the side, like lean against the log, and sit down on the log in front of the fire for now.
All right. Okay.
I might look around, see if I can see who the fire might belong to. So I might wander around the tent a bit.
Okay. Make a perception check for me. Right. Can't see anything. Anything unusual. All you can see is like the trees going off into a sort of foresty environment, the camp where you are now, and the pool. Nothing out of the ordinary, aside from what's already there.
Can I try to take a look at the water? Like, not going too close to the edge that I'm, like, touching it. Just
Mhm.
from, like, afar, just having a nosy at it.
Sure. You get close and you make an investigation check for me.
With guidance, obviously.
Of course. $16. Nice. For all intents and purposes, it looks like water. However, water tends to, if there's a current in water, it usually would sort of, you have, in your experience anyway, goes from a point in the middle to the shore. This is doing the reverse. And kind of like the leaves that seem to be falling and then disappearing on the ground, there does seem to be an ever so slight bioluminescence to it, but you can only really see a little bit under the surface before it turns to like the color's too deep and it just doesn't show anything beneath that.
Okay. I think Alura would probably just put that down to the fact that we're in kind of like a weird fey place still, so that's fine.
Okay. That makes sense. Grant,
Yes.
what are you doing with, now that you've put gravel down? Are you like walking around or are you staying put?
I would have sat down and rested for a bit because of obviously not telling the group or trying to show signs, but when gravel got heavy, it did tire me out a bit. So I've sat and rested for a bit, but depending on how much time has passed, I would probably eventually get up and start to have a look around, but mainly the tent. Would it be intrigued in if there's any signs of who this tent belongs to?
Okay, make an investigation check for me. $19. There are camping supplies sort of dotted around everywhere. But what there isn't is any indication that anybody's been here to use them. Sort of looking at the ground and looking at the camping supplies and what's inside the tent itself, there seems to just be an indication that this has just been placed here sort of semi-purposefully, but also placed and then almost abandoned. Like, there doesn't seem to be any signs of
Actual usage.
Yes.
It was just set up kind of thing.
essentially, yeah. It's just
Yeah,
there.
it's concerning. After figuring that out, I would look up, see where Tulip is, see where Alura is. Be like, hey guys, this camp, even though it's here, doesn't look like it's been used.
Oh. Well, maybe they're swimming or something?
No, even their supplies aren't properly, like, sorted, unpacked. They're kind of just as if they were just starting to set up and they vanished.
Have we looked in the tent yet, though? Maybe they're sleeping.
There was a brief look into the tent when investigating,
Okay.
and there was no indication. Like, there's a bedroll basically, that is.
It just looks flat.
It's just flat. It's immaculately made up. It's been laid out perfectly. There's a small, like, literally, like, almost like a stool being used as a table to hold a few things, and everything's placed perfectly, but there's no dishevelment to it. It's just pristine.
Oh, maybe this is where Gravel was before we found him.
Did you find Gravel? I thought you said you pulled him.
Well, he,
Like,
I jumped out of the thing, but on it's looks like you, right? I suppose, but I don't know. He was pointing over here, though, wasn't he? How
No.
did he know? How did it know that?
I think it's a
What's here?
setup. I don't like this
why
one
would-
bit.
Yeah,
why
someone
would my
definitely set it
dog
up,
set
yeah.
me up?
Maybe he wants to take your place.
Nah, I find that interesting.
Alura's going to
Bearing-
be staring at Gravel.
I was
like,
going to say,
not
bearing
taking
in
her eyes
mind,
off.
everything Grant has just been saying has been coming through Gravel. Alura, make an insight check for me.
Like, I could just imagine Grant doing all the movements, still walking around as if he's talking, and it's just not noticed that nothing's coming from him.
Just saying it using guidance.
Of course.
Oh, nice.
There are numerous occasions that where Grant is speaking through Gravel.
Mm-hmm.
The words are coming out through Gravel. And where Grant would be saying I, Gravel is saying he. And where Grant is saying Gravel, Gravel is saying I.
Grant, I really think we should kill this thing before it takes any more from you.
What do you mean?
I really do not like this.
He's not done
You can't-
anything wrong.
You can't even use your own mouth.
What do you mean? I'm talking to you right now.
You're not talking. Gravel is talking.
Is a bit weird.
It's a bit
Okay,
weird.
after Tulip has piped up, I kind of look and feel at my mouth while trying to, like, look, guys, I am talking to see if my mouth is actually moving or not.
Let me try something, and I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna hold Gravel's mouth shut, so he can't possibly open it.
Okay.
And we're like, no, no, Grant, say something.
You try and speak, and it's like your mouth is being like held shut by a vice.
Yeah.
You trying?
Mm-mm-mm.
Nod if you're trying.
Mm-mm.
What? Okay, let's take this up a little notch. What if? Because now I'm curious. I'm gonna also pinch the nose, just to see if that has an effect as well. Well, Grant, don't freak out. Let me know if you can't breathe anymore. And then that's a bit of a weird thing to say. But then hold the nose as well.
Very quickly, Grant, you become aware that while your body is saying you're breathing, like to begin with, or your brain is saying you're breathing. You know, you're kind of consciously sort of taking the breaths. Your body starts to panic as your lungs start to tighten, and you start to ever so slightly suffocate.
Are you breathing?
At that
Shake
point,
your-
I'm kind of like just on my hands and knees trying to find
I'll
why I
let
can't
go.
breathe.
Okay, I'll let go. Wait, so you couldn't breathe because this couldn't breathe?
I don't know. You covering its mouth made it so it felt like I was being suffocated.
Grant,
Right.
Yeah.
something that is now starting to dawn on you, now that you're kind of being made aware of the events that are happening, you're feeling really tired and kind of fatigued. And what's becoming immediately apparent to you is that you've been kind of being drained. You've lost half of your hit points, and your hit point maximum has been reduced by 15.
Ouch. Okay.
So I don't think we should probably smash this thing, Alura, because what if it then smashes Grant?
If that's the case, then we need to figure out like where this thing has come from and what's keeping it and Grant tethered, because we need Grant by himself. We can't have Gravel. This is
Yeah.
terrifying.
You're
I mean-
more of the thinker. So tell me if this is silly. What if we smash Grant a bit and then Gravel gets hurt?
How will we be
I
able
don't
to
like
tell
this
if
plan.
Gravel gets hurt? Do you mean if we smash Gravel a bit and see if Grant gets hurt?
No, well, if we make this one suffocate, that Grant suffocates. So if
Yes.
we punch Grant, could we break the head off? Nah, sounds a bit risky now I think about it.
I see
No
your
one's
logic.
punching Grant.
I see your logic and it is appreciated, but I think that will probably cause more problems than anything.
Yes.
Because, Gravel might... He's only spoken independently once. Everything else, he just twists what Grant is trying to say.
Okay. So I don't know. We can't hurt the doll because it might hurt Grant. So we need to find someone who knows what this is. Unless
Can I have like a really good think and like do a history check to see if I've heard of anything like this happening before?
Sure. Are you proficient in history?
I am.
Nice.
And I'm going to guidance it as well.
Of course.
Oh, that's not so good.
Still a 15.
Yeah.
You've heard stories of people being almost possessed by higher powers or, strong beings, especially magic users. You've never heard of a being being created by whatever created gravel and then taking over consciousness.
That makes sense.
So there's definitely something going on that is unique to this situation.
Okay.
There's also, I guess, the chance if we left wherever we are back through the place with the nasty water. I don't know. Maybe it's because we're in this place that this thing can do this.
I am a bit worried that if we leave, something happens to Grant.
You guys apparently said you pulled him what you thought was me,
Yeah.
and he popped out, so maybe we are tethered somehow.
Yeah, but it wasn't difficult to move out between that stuff, really. So what if it wasn't us and it was just a trick? What if you eat it?
I'm not eating a doll.
Yeah, but it might again put it back in you, and then
It's not a doll
you'll want-
anymore. Like, give it a poke, it's not a doll.
Well, we've all eaten raw meat
Still
before.
gonna refer to it as a doll because it's still made out of whatever it's made out of. Definitely not me.
That phrase comes out as, I'm not a doll.
Has anyone actually tried talking to Gravel other than
Nope.
Grant?
I'll let you do that, Tulip. Staying far away from that thing.
Oh,
And as I say that, I'm going to take a couple of steps back over to here and just watch.
okay. I'm gonna go up to Gravel. Right. We know that you're not. We know that you're a weird thing. Okay. No more games. We're too smart for the games. And I look over at Alura and be like, yeah, too smart. And then
I'll give Tulip a thumbs up in support.
2 thumbs up.
Like,
Just
you got this.
so, stop playing. Or what do you want? We're not messing about.
Roll a charisma check for me, Tulip. Charisma.
Not intimidation or anything. No, it doesn't really make much difference.
Just charisma.
Oh, it does make a little bit of a difference, actually. It would do.
Nice. Okay. It's better than I was expecting.
Fine.
You start talking to the doll. And Alura, with your previous insight check, kind of stepping back but trying to keep an eye, and Grant standing over, staying within the vicinity. Tulip, as you're asking these questions, sort of like, we're too smart for you, this, that, and the other. Silence.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. Well, if you don't want to talk, maybe we just burn you.
Okay.
No.
Wait. The smart ones are dealing with it. Don't worry, Grant.
The Grant's objections immediately are actually coming from Grant.
Wait, the objections are coming from Grant, not from Gravel.
Yep.
Well,
Just think,
what?
if that thing is connected to me, and you're gonna set it on fire,
Yeah.
Grant, he was
I'm
just
gonna set
threatening
on
it.
fire.
He was threatening it to get a reaction.
You're ruining the plan.
Well, no one told me the plan.
I
mean, you couldn't talk a minute ago. Is all of this still coming through Grant, or is it
Yeah.
Tulip? Not Tulip.
It's coming. It's coming through Tulip now.
I've got so good
It's
at my
spread.
ventriloquism.
Right. So I can burn this thing now, right? Because it's not talking, and Grant's Grant then, and I'm obviously not gonna do it. But this thing doesn't know that. Hopefully, I'm gonna grab it by the leg and start dangling it, and walking towards the fire very slowly.
Okay.
And if I don't get a reaction, I'm gonna get it closer to the fire, maybe dangle it above, not so it'll burn, but so it'll just feel the heat.
Okay. Grant. Roll
Yeah.
a wisdom saving throw for me. Please.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
nice.
beautiful.
Nice. You feel a sudden burst of panic as Gravel gets dragged by the leg by Tulip and then is hanging over the fire. But you're kind of coming round to the idea that Gravel might not be necessarily a good thing. And so you repress that panic, and Tulip's now hanging Gravel over the fire pit. And you can see the sparks and embers flying off the fire, and some of them are actually making contact with Gravel and sort of leaving slight singe marks on the what used to be sort of rough spun, but is now sort of becoming more humanoid. It's not rough spun at all, sorry. Almost cloth scarecrow-like nature is now looking more skin-like.
So he's holding it over the fire high enough away that it's not hurting me, yeah?
At the moment.
Well, the Gravel. And because of that save, I'm now kind of in my mind of, yeah, this might be a good idea. I'm gonna pull out my blowgun and fire it at Tulip's hand, which he's holding the leg of.
You want me to
Gravel.
drop it?
Okay.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I want to fire it at you to let go of his leg.
I mean, I was about to say, do you want me to drop it? Sure. Sure.
No.
This can
So-
only go well.
It's like saying, let him go! And it's just poor choice of words.
Well, that probably doesn't hit, so.
No.
No. You fire slightly too low and hit into the ankle of Gravel. Roll damage for me.
Could be a good thing.
You want to know how convincing this is? I just wrote Gravel instead of Grant.
On the mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Noted.
Wait, Grant, did that hurt you when you shot it?
No, actually.
All right then, and I'll drop it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I've not even just shock on my face as there's no even reaction.
All right. The flames start engulfing the body quite quickly. Like this is still technically a mostly cloth being that has just been dropped onto fire, and as the fire starts engulfing, you can hear screams. All of you can hear screams. Alura, with your 27, it takes you probably about 3 seconds to realise the screams are coming from Aqua. Not
Right.
Aqua.
Aqua,
Grant.
I was about to say. What?
God damn it.
What's he doing here?
That's a bit early for him.
They're coming
Plot
from
twist.
they're coming from Aqua. Aqua walks out of the lake. No, they're coming from Grant.
Can I check his leg and see if he's like getting burnt?
You can check his whole body. That's what would be being burned.
Oh yeah, fair. Okay, yeah. Does it look like he's getting like blisters and stuff on him from burns?
Not really. There's like he stood there motionless,
But screaming.
like, letting out this ear-piercing scream.
Okay, I'm gonna grab him, and I'm gonna try and like, kind of like he's like I'm trying to wake him up out of like a bad dream or something. I want to try and like shake him if I can, just shout his name like Grant, it's not you, you're okay.
Okay. Grant.
Yep.
Alura is stood next to you, starts shaking you and poking you and just saying like, "It's not you, Grant. You're okay." And as you look down, she's just there looking really concerned.
Okay.
But it doesn't look like Grant's taking any damage. It's almost like anything that happens to the doll just getting done to the doll.
Looks like it.
Can Alura see if this is a bit of a roundabout question? Is there any way that Alura can see if Tulip also can see Grant screaming, or
I mean,
does
you
it
can, you
appear
can.
to Tulip?
That's more of a question for Burias. I mean, like you can see
Yeah.
Tulip, so it's more of a how does Tulip respond?
That's fair. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'll look around Grant and be like, Tulip, is Grant screaming for you because you're not doing anything? Is he screaming?
I guess I see him screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Into Alura's
yeah.
face at this point, just like screaming down at her while he's looking.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like he's getting hurt though, right? So.
No, I don't think he's actually being hurt. We need
Should
to
I
try
s-
and wake him up.
Should I start hitting the thing as well?
I think we just need it dead.
Okay. So that. I'm gonna hit the doll that's on fire.
You turn to look back at the doll to hit it,
Yeah.
and it's gone,
Or completely vanished.
completely vanished.
Not even any like embers or anything.
Not necessarily.
Or any...
Not vanished is the wrong word. It's gone. You can see
Engulfed.
a trail on the ground leading away from the fire into the woods. But
How the fuck did it move that fast?
at some point in like this sort of moment that not Grant was screaming and Alura and Tulip were distracted looking at him, the puppet doll has disappeared, has crawled away into the forest, leaving like a sort of blackened gouge into the ground.
Do we chase after it?
I think we do. I think that needs to die.
Grant, you coming?
I don't know what I would.
I did gentle no damage slap around his face.
Pat, pat.
It's basically just like Tulip's caressing your face.
Okay, I do a 1 damage slap around his.
That's more substantial. Just like whoosh. Nice.
Yeah.
And then fly over here as the force knocks me.
He's not that strong. Yeah, Aqua seems fine. Just come to
Aqua?
Grant, Jesus Christ. Grant seems fine.
Okay, you talk now. You gonna scream again, are you?
Scream? Who was screaming? What are you on about? You guys were just looking at me strange.
You were screaming, but we need to follow that thing and kill it.
What do you mean? The doll's in the fire, and then I look at the fire.
It's gone.
It went that way.
Oh. Okay, well, I definitely wasn't screaming. I can tell you guys that.
Okay.
We don't have time to argue. Let's follow the trail. We need this thing dead.
Yeah, it
Alura
should be
fucking
quite
hates
easy to
this
follow.
thing.
It's like on fire, and it should leave a good trail, and it probably can't run anymore if it could run. Dolls can't run anyway. What's going on?
It moved fast.
I didn't
mean-
even see it.
It's an inanimate object. Who's pranking me?
We're wasting time.
Prank, bro.
Tulip goes running off, followed quickly by Aqua. Grant,
He's making a
Jesus
great appearance.
Christ. This is, like, honestly not even intentional.
He's making the best, like,
I've got
cameo appearance ever.
I've been thinking about Aqua a lot today, okay? Alura.
Yes.
Actually, yes, Alura. Make a perception check before you run off for me.
With guidance.
Of course.
Also, I'm just going to say it now as well. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my fan in the background every now and then, but I am sweating like AF and need it.
It's okay, same.
Alright.
I am struggling.
Cool, not bad, not bad.
Not bad. You, Alura, while you're stood over
Yes.
here,
Okay.
here off on the other side of the pool, somewhere in this direction. Somewhere in this direction.
Yeah.
Laughing.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, that's fine. That's totally not normal. Okay. I'm still gonna follow the guys. But I'll tell them, like, as we're walking / running, whatever we're doing, be like, creepy laughing, just to make it even better. Other side of the pond. Let's get to that later.
Okay. You all run off in this direction, kind of following the trail that the doll seems to have left as it's crawled away, potentially. After about a minute of sort of briskly getting through the forest, you all emerge into the same grove, but on the other side you can see the camp across the pond. You can see the gouge in the ground around the camp from where you've just followed, and the only thing different is the fact that you are now across the other side of the map, having basically tried to go in a almost directly west fashion.
And the trail's not continued onto this side.
You can't currently see it.
Well, that might
Fantastic.
explain the laughing you heard, Alura, but I can't believe you tried to put gravel on fire.
Didn't really try.
Alura,
Yes.
you can still hear the laughing.
Does it sound closer now I'm this side of the pond?
It seems to vary. It goes from
Okay.
kind of being sort of semi-far away, off in sort of like this direction,
Right.
and then can alternate to being almost like it's directly behind this tree right next to you.
Oh god.
You know,
I'm gonna make sure I've got my mace out, just
Uh-huh.
in case, like, it's like right next to me.
you know in horror films when something's laughing and it just sort
Yeah.
of runs at the back of frame across like a doorway or something.
Oh god.
It's basically that, right? So you hear it and then it kind of disappears, like sort of as if it's running past you.
Yeah. Oh god.
But when you
Can we
turn,
hear the laughing as well? Sorry.
if it gets pointed out to you again, yes.
Okay.
But if you look, like you never seem to look in time, you could literally react instantly, turn even while it's still laughing, but there's nothing there.
Oh, and then who's playing the games?
Well, me, of course. I mean, him. Gravel?
Is Aqua still looking like tired and? No, I did it now.
You've done it now, yeah.
Is Grant still looking tired and?
Yeah, he's looking quite run down. He's kind of got the look that, you know, he's been walking for days.
I think Gravel's messing with us, and Grant doesn't look so good, so maybe we're just going to need to take a bit of a break, get Grant feeling better if we can.
Shall we
Oh,
go back
yeah.
to the camp? It seemed nice enough.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's gonna.
I don't think there's any better options, to be honest.
I'm just gonna slog my way, then after that, like, slowly walk this way around the pond.
Okay.
All right?
Was it like an hour or so from the place we came from to here, or was it quite quick?
It was. It kind of left you feeling like you'd been walking for hours, but you weren't. It like you couldn't tell the time. You know, like it could have been a couple of hours. It could have been an hour, or could have been no time at all.
Maybe now Gravel's gone, it'll be all right. Maybe
Alura,
we just get out.
kind of lagging behind a little bit. Your shorter legs don't hold up well against two big people that are sort of walking briskly. Going
Yes.
going around the pond, you get to about here.
Okay.
This bit here looks is basically a log, like a fallen log, like tree trunk. And
Okay.
for the briefest of moments, you hear the laughing again. You look, but like I said, the briefest of moments, it's almost like someone is peeking over the top of the log, staring at you, and then darts off. The
I
laughing
mean, if they've
never seems to stop.
yeah, if they've darted off, there's not really much else I can do. But can I see kind of like what kind of direction they went in, or was it just like
They ran
Sorry.
in this direction. So they
okay? If I take a couple of steps closer, like to here,
were. Mm-hmm.
can I see / hear anything
Can roll perception,
with guidance?
of course.
Oh no!
No. It's a bit too. It's creepy. Distract you. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, Alura's not doing so good right now.
No, this is not fun.
Okay, she's gonna run back to camp,
Okay.
like just straight up, like not having any of this. I'm going.
Makes sense. Getting back to camp, the two of you, Grant and Tulip, sort of preparing the camp a little bit, Alura comes sprinting over, looking more than a little bit concerned. You can still hear the laughing, and it just seems to emanate from a point. The laughing is accompanied, like you can hear the laughter move, basically. And then it'll stop, but then it'll start again in a different spot and move again, and it never seems to have any rhythm, rhyme, or reason.
While the other two are setting up camp, Alura's going to just kind of have a sit down and start praying to Hestia for a bit of extra like support and guidance through this.
Okay. Roll a d20 plus 5, like plus your expertise and proficiency. No, proficiency is expertise. So roll plus 4.
Okie dokie. Plus 4. Oh,
Nice.
love it.
You settle down and you start kind of praying. And quite quickly, after you start praying, you get a feeling of worry back. Not your worry,
Oh God.
but a feeling of worry that then kind of soon turns into almost almost like you're being galvanized, like persuaded.
Oh, I don't like that.
I would say for Grant, after he's finished doing what he was doing to set up to camp, he's kind of just sat on the log by the fire. Kind of, when you get that point where you're tired, you're kind of just swaying side to side as if you're going to fall, but you're just kind of catching yourself before you do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sat like that, doing that at the moment.
Okay.
Not really paying attention.
Okay. As you're kind of drifting off, there are moments where you can see yourself running through a forest. And
cool dream.
yeah,
That's no
like
consequences
you're
to the
having
story.
you're having so much fun running through this forest. Like there's laughter filling the air around you. You whatever you're doing is like so enjoyable that you're just feeling like a sense of glee.
Yeah, no, you just in Grant's face. If anyone's looking at it, you can have a little smile. As I'm still drifting off.
So what's the plan then? We're gonna have like proper sleep here.
How ill does Grant look?
It's not looking great. He's not looking ill per se, more just tired.
Right.
He looks like he's probably gone through 3 or 4 stages of exhaustion at this point.
Oh God.
Like he's proper bags under the eyes. His skin's looking quite pale and pallid. Shoulders hunched, like neck's struggling to keep his head up, and tired.
Okay. Alura's going to say to Tulip, I'm worried that an hour won't be enough. I think we're going to have to stay for a long time for him to feel better. He's looking rough.
Yeah. Probably right. I mean, we could try to get him out of this whole place, right?
We could.
But can we even get out of this place? Because we went that way, and then we came out that way. And that doesn't make sense to me.
I think we're going to be stuck here. If you want, while we start a rest, I can see if I can get a different way. But then I'm worried I might not be able to come back, so I don't know if that's a good idea.
What do you mean?
Like, so we travelled west
Yeah.
and came out east. So maybe if I try going north, which I think is the way we originally came in,
Yeah.
but then I'm worried about getting stuck somewhere by myself and not being able to get back to you guys.
Well, it'll be a quick check, so why don't we just all quickly try to go north and get out of here? And if it doesn't work out, we know that we're probably just going to have to try to sleep it off.
That sounds good.
Oh, come on, Grant. We're going for a little wander.
Can he stand? Okay.
You can stand. He's not okay, but you can stand.
To put it lightly, I'm in a kind of state where I'm still so drowsy, my eyes are like shut, but I'm still reacting to you guys telling me to do stuff and like guiding me.
Okay.
Good enough for me.
We try to. We stay as a group and try to go this way.
The way you came.
The way
Yes.
we came in, yeah.
All right, that makes sense. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. You head off the way you came. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Aha. You know, one day I will prepare and actually have people on maps before they enter them.
Oh no!
But
Don't say that.
much like Aragorn giving a speech, it is not this day. It's okay. It's fine. I've got this. You start walking. Bran, you are struggling, but you're still able to drag yourself along, just, you know, slowly, lethargically, painfully, somewhat, sort of. Almost like there's a weight still on your shoulders. Eventually, after another sort of undetermined amount of time, you find yourself in a similar looking grove, this time without a pond, but with symbols on the ground.
Oh, this is not where we came from.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember this. Should we have a... Stick together, let's just have a little look. Maybe we just
Place
keep
looks
going.
nice.
Yeah. We just keep going different ways. Maybe we'll just get back to where we need to be, but this isn't. I don't know. Do we avoid the middle bit?
It doesn't seem
Can
to...
we see the runes?
You can see the outlines, you can't quite see the pattern they're making.
Yeah.
However, there doesn't seem to be anything necessarily coming off it right now. In terms of like an aura or effect, it just is there.
Maybe we stay off it just in case.
Okay. Do we go?
Grant, don't walk on the lines.
How aware would I be to know where the lines are for just walking forwards? If
Right.
they're not, like, literally guiding me arm in arm.
You can see them. You'd know where to
Okay.
avoid.
Trying to go down this way over here, or I'm guessing that's an exit on the left, north and
Kind of, yeah.
most areas.
Like anything that looks like a bit of a clearing, you could probably get through quite easily.
Mhm.
Okay.
This environment,
Respectful, isn't it?
this environment is different in that there aren't the luminescent leaves that are falling from the trees, or falling from the air, seemingly from the trees. And also, the fireflies that were fluttering around above the pond are still there, but they're just stuck in space. Where they were flickering, but like luminescently before, now the light is just constant. It seems to have a whole different feeling about it.
Maybe this whole place is like the house thing,
Maybe.
just changing to whatever it wants. Can you still hear the giggling?
It's still there.
Does it sound like it's following us?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Every now and then,
following
if I
us.
close my eyes, do I get, like, weird flashes of running through woods laughing still?
Yeah. It just feels euphoric, you know? It just feels so good.
It's my happy place.
Who'd have thought it?
Make a perception check, Grant.
Okay,
16. Nice.
not bad.
In one of these flashes, you kind of feel yourself dozing off slightly, and then as you come into like the running through the woods, laughing, giggling, looking in off to your right slightly, you see your friends just stood there, kind of chatting, like talking to each other. Roll a d8 for me.
I was about to say, would I have control enough to be like, I want to go see my friends? Oh,
Yeah, you want to go see your friends, but like, how do you proceed from here?
if it's a dream and I'm just happy and want to see them, I would run straight for them, shouting out to them. But whether that's how that happens, I don't know. How much control do I have over this, say, dream?
Well, quite. This is the $64 million question, you know.
And I'm about to lose it all.
You bet big. What's gonna happen? Okay. Both Tulip and Alura make perception checks for me.
With guidance.
Of course. Okay. Tulip. For the most part, you're completely unaware. Alura, less so. You spot movement out of the corner of your eye, and then become astutely aware that the movement isn't a flash in disappearing. It's more running towards you with glee, and you just see Grant sprinting out of the forest towards you.
I smack it with my mace.
All right.
As soon as it gets close enough, I smack it.
Roll an attack roll.
That's so creepy. Seeing me. not you.
What am I playing there? Mace. Oh, okay, that was better.
Okay. Grant, what's your armor class?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Roll damage for me. Okay, 4 points. It takes the hit, just like you basically just bonk it right in the chest. You feel the impact. That is a solid humanoid feeling body in front of you, and it immediately, Grant, you running towards Alura, kind of laughing, sort of a spring in your step. There's an element of joy, right? And then as you're running, you see her turn, surprised look on her face, and she just swings her mace and just impacts into the middle of your chest. For the briefest of seconds, you're winded.
Okay.
How would you respond?
Well, kind of be like, why? Why would you hit me? I'm your friend.
Okay. Alura,
Yes.
when you hit Grant in the chest, you just hear an ow. Why would you hit me? I'm your friend.
From that Grant that I just specifically hit, or
Mm-hmm. Tulip.
Yeah.
You see Alura sort of swing and smack Grant in the chest. And as you kind of take the situation in ever so slightly more, you see that there's now a Grant in front of you and a Grant just further away.
Okay. Which one looks really tired?
The one
They're both-
further away.
I'm gonna grab this one.
Okay. Roll a strength check for me. Grant, also roll a strength check for me, please. Contested strength rolls.
Oh,
Holy
no.
shit. Tulip, you reach out to try and grab hold of new Grant, and as you do, he just deftly sort of steps away, out of the reach of your arms, and just does what would you do, Grant?
Just be like, these guys obviously are imposters, clones, like that doll was for me. I'll take them out
Okay.
and get into a fighting stance, I guess, and go for Tulip since he tried to grab me.
All right. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll get rid of the dummy Grant, put in the real Grant. There you go, Grant. Roll to attack Tulip,
Oh, okay.
if that's what you're doing.
Yep. I just need, it would be, I haven't got my spear, so. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay, Tulip, you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you try and grapple Grant too. He sort of escapes your grasp, sort of ducks down slightly and just whacks you in the chest, just underneath the arm, like underneath the shoulder. Is that all you're doing, Grant?
Yeah, just to see if they retaliate, because in my eyes, I'm Grant.
Okay. Alura and Tulip. You can see Grant 2.0 has taken up an aggressive stance against Tulip, smacked him sort of in the ribs just underneath the shoulder, whereas Grant 1 is sort of now hunched over, arms dangling, just seemingly unconscious, just on his feet, like immoving.
Right. This can't be the real Grant because I just tried to grab him and he hit me.
I don't
I
think
don't-
it is the real Grant. He just ran at us. Grant's been this one, and I'm going to kind of like reach back and point to Grant 1.
Mm-hmm.
Grant was this one before. So where's this one come from?
Right. Well, in that case, maybe we get rid of this one and we get the other one back.
I'm just. This is really confusing. What are you guys on about? I am the real Grant. You've been traveling with an imposter this whole time. What are you... I need to knock sense into you guys.
You're not real Grant.
I'll let you go next because you went.
All right. Well, in that case, if that's the way we're going, everybody roll initiative, please.
What a great day.
Yeah. Oh wait, is this? Where's my initiative button? There it is.
All right. Okay.
There's 2 of me, by the way.
There is. Oops.
I figured that was intentional.
It wasn't necessarily intentional. It's just a quirk of the fact that there's 2 Grants. Boom. Tulip. You were going to let Alura go first, but you decided no. In fact,
Well, you will not take my friend. And I can't. How many rage do I get?
2, I think.
Oh, it's not showing me I got any rages. On my attributes is like resource 1, 2, and 3 are all blank.
Oh, hang on. Might have to.
Pretty sure I only used 1 in the Malakir fight.
If you click it, does it like fill in the square that's blank?
I'm pretty sure you've only used 1 so far. Is it on your D&D Beyond sheet?
It won't be updated probably from that. But I do get... I'll get 3 per long rest. There's no way I've used...
I'll re-import you
Three.
because I imagine something in the updating of Foundry has broken that. So
Probably. I've definitely used 1... Oh, we only short rest, haven't we?
yeah.
So I've definitely got at least 2 left. I'll take that to 2.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to use that. Because I don't want this person stealing my friend.
No. Quite rightly.
But equally, I still feel like I want to pull a little bit because it doesn't feel right attacking Grant. So I probably wouldn't Great Weapon Master,
Okay.
but I will recklessly attack.
Go for it.
So normal attacks, no -5. Just gonna assume that hits.
Yeah.
Oh, I
mean-
certainly get 1 attack for now.
Okay. So you take
Great.
18 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm on the floor.
You take the damage. The axe just smashes through you, and then you feel like the life leave you, and then you are brought back, like rejuvenated. Something kind of not speaks to you, but just reassures you.
In my eyes, this is a dream. I can't get hurt in a dream.
Okay. Well, that is my action and thingy-majig. Give me 30 seconds while I hear you really quickly.
Okay.
That's
Alura.
my turn.
Yes.
It's now your turn. You've seen Grant almost get completely bisected by Tulip just running him through with the great axe. And as the wound sort of starts gaping, it almost immediately, much like the fungus you've been seeing recently, just starts knitting back together. And Grant is just back to normal.
Is this the Grant that is currently between me and Tulip?
Yes.
Okay.
The one that you smacked with the mace originally.
Yeah. How does original Grant look?
Still seemingly unconscious.
Can I try and wake him up? Like unconscious
He's
as in like.
unconscious. Oh wait,
Don't do
why
that,
both?
because there's two actors of the same. There's two of the same actor on the board.
Okay.
So.
Is he unconscious as in like down to like 0 hit points, or is he just unconscious as in like dead asleep?
Just passed out completely.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
can see my
I want to try and.
Ds.
I want to try and wake him up then. I don't really have any like spells or anything.
I'm back. We're back. Welcome
Can I
back.
just try and slap him again?
Try and slap him?
Wake
Sure.
him up. Yeah.
Roll to hit, just for funsies.
Do I need to do that as like an unarmed strike, or can I just roll like a d20?
Unarmed strike.
Okay.
Bonk, 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 bonk. 15.
That hits.
All right.
Nice. Do I roll for damage?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Grant, you feel the slap, and your face starts to sting. But weirdly, Alura just sort of swings off to the side and just swings into thin air. You don't see like an impact, but you feel it.
So I do to take the 2 points.
Yes.
Alright. I am
And grab
very
one, doesn't
confused
wake
by
up.
this whole encounter.
He doesn't wake up. No, I'm sorry.
Right, okay. In that case, for now, I'm gonna do, where is it? Cast my spiritual weapon, just so that we've got it.
Okay.
Ooh, companion manager finally opened. So I'm going to put it here. Oh, no. Never mind. I got too excited about it working and it's
Sign
still
of
cursed.
God.
So, yeah, my frying pan will appear.
You're frying
other
pan up
side
here.
of-
Okay.
The other side of fake Grant. Thank you.
The frying pan is there.
And yeah, the frying pan's just going to give him another bonk.
Give him another bonk. Go for it.
Another bonk. So, because I haven't done this yet, plus 5. So,
That hits.
That hits.
a
Okay.
13?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my armor class is 12.
Oh, okay. I was not expecting that to hit. So 1d8. Was it plus 5 again?
Yep.
Or...
No. Spiritual weapon is on a hit. The target takes force damage equal to 1d. Yeah, so 5. Sorry.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
Not too
Aqua,
bad.
you feel like the spiritual bonk on the back
Does it?
from this spiritual weapon frying pan. You can all hear the crack of a few bones, but then you can hear the crack of the bones just resetting. And Aqua, not Grant. You hear Grant. You see Grant just kind of like keel over and then just stand back up as the bones crack.
Wow. I'm being attacked on all sides. How could my friends do this to me? I need to set them straight. Let's going for the frying pan.
Going for the frying pan. All right.
This obviously is a dream. The frying pan has never hit before.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Actually, I have to say, I think the frying pan's hit more than I have, to be honest.
No.
Honestly, I'm not surprised.
17 hit. What's his armor class?
That's a good question.
Whatever it. I think we decided it was going to be like 13, like my DC.
Yeah, okay.
Or 12. No, it was 12, wasn't it?
Okay, either way, it hits.
Either, yeah, it hits.
Nice.
We'll call it 12 because I'm pretty certain that's what it was.
Okay. And how many HP does it have?
I don't think we
Does
figured
it-
that part out. Because you had to Google it last time.
Oh, a spiritual weapon cannot be attacked or harmed by physical attacks.
No, not.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this isn't Baldur's Gate.
I
as
was
it
going to
turns out.
say, if you want to use Baldur's Gate logic, it's 20 HP.
Yeah, true. True.
I mean, it's fine. I guess that just happens and my attacks go through it.
You just bonk straight into the frying pan and it just sounds like a gong being gonged.
In that case, then my next logical step is to 360. 360? No, that would maybe be the back of the frying pan. 180. Use a key point for flurry of blows for my bonus action
Oof.
Okay.
on Alura.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna beat the shit out of me. No! That hit. My armor couldn't save me.
Oh no.
Oh no, I need to change that. I was down to 16 hit points. There we go. So what was that? 7.
7.
7.
And then...
Nice.
Then my second hit.
Uh-huh. Oh, no.
I am pissed with this frying pan.
You take 13 points in total. As Grant turns to try and punch the frying pan, just kind of bounces off it, and there's just this loud gong sound, and he just spins and just like a spinning heel kick into your face, and then retaliates with just like a heel to the like bottom of the chin, and you're just kind of sent reeling and you're dazed and struggling.
Still up.
Still up.
Still
though.
up.
That's the main thing. You're still up.
Well, that is the end of Fake Grant's turn.
All right.
Tulip doesn't obviously say anything. Still convinced this is a fake Grant. Just gonna do the same again, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I guess I'm not really thinking too much other than I've decided this is needs to die. I'm gonna go for the -5 because he didn't die last time.
Okay.
But it's obviously reckless.
Obviously.
Ooh.
Ooh.
No, it won't hit.
No.
That's -5, that misses.
That's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
Urgh.
Similar thing happens though when you come down with a strike, and you actually do make contact, and you do almost sever the arm completely, like the left arm completely, but it just stitches back up around the great backs, and you have to kind of pull it out quickly before it gets stuck in the body. Alura.
I am going to cure wounds on myself.
Okay. It's rather selfish. Tulip might need healing.
I'm sure Tulip looks okay. I'm going to upcast it as well, so it's taken one of my second level spell slots.
Okay.
So, cast that. Normal. Beautiful.
You get all that hit points back.
Okay, that makes me feel better. And then bonus action is going to be, of course, another bonk.
Another bonk. Go for it.
Another bonk. So. Ooh, okay, maybe not.
10 misses.
Cool. That's going to be me then.
All right. Grant, roll a
Yes.
wisdom saving throw for me.
Ooh, okay. Normal or disadvantage?
Normal.
Aye.
Okay. Something seems off. While you're here fighting your friends, who must be imposters, because why would they attack you? You're not. They're hitting you, and you're just not. You know. Like they're either they're pulling their punches, or.
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing. It's
Yeah.
intentional.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So you're taking these hits, and you know they should hurt. You've had Tulip's great axe sever your body, like literally slice through you, and you've just gone back to normal, and that's not natural.
No, but this is a dream.
Maybe it's not a dream. Alura,
What? Go on.
what were you going to say?
Yes.
I was about to say, what does the Grant at the moment have on him? Does he have everything that the other Grant has on him?
Pretty much. It's
Okay.
it's a replica. An exact replica, like down to the minutest detail.
Great. That means he also has a broken trident.
And putting two and two together, something's off with you. Like you've taken
Me?
No, sorry.
I was going to say.
Grant, something's off with you. You've taken hits that you shouldn't have been able to survive. You've seen Alura slap the air, and you've felt it, and you've taken a bit of a hit from it. And also, like, just kind of piecing together the clues and the context clues, you sort of blink a little bit with a 16. You look to your left ever so slightly, and the other you, who is currently been invisible to you, is now stood there slouched over, asleep essentially. And then there's a moment of panic, and there's this kind of pull to try and keep you in this body, but also, like, you're trying desperately to get back to your original form.
Okay.
With a 16, however, you manage to at least not take a turn. Like, you're so conflicted, you're not taking any actions.
Oh, see, I was gonna do one, but not like do one. I had an idea for one. If I can do it.
What were you going to do?
Spend a key point to disengage to go, like, down to here. Does it let me click on it now?
Should be.
One down below the spirit weapon. Oh, it's because I'm targeting myself.
I was going to say.
That's fine. I was going to spend a key point to disengage to go down there to, like, that panic, be like, wait, what's happening?
Okay. That would be your turn.
Yeah.
Tulip.
Oh,
Grant just seems to step away before you can really make any move on him.
how much am I thinking right now?
Good question.
Can we roll for like what I do? Like I feel like I'm raging, so I'd still probably want to attack, but I'll be conflicted that he didn't try to attack me. Maybe.
How would
Could you
Tulip
roll a
react?
percentage die?
I could roll a wisdom. I don't know. Down to Meglo, I guess.
No. How do you think Tulip would react? That's up to you.
But I guess I'd be quite aware that I swang, like did a lot of damage, a killing blow kind of thing, and it didn't die. But I wouldn't be thinking enough to think of anything else I could potentially do. But I wouldn't be paying attention to you. I'm gonna, in my conflicted state, still like I guess seeing through it because I think my rage broke me out. I think seeing Alura broke me out of a rage once. I'm gonna instead just go here and just try to grab again.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, just go for a grab. I think.
Okay.
So I get advantage on it because I'm raging.
You do. Roll a strength check for me, please, Grant. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
You try and sneak up behind a little bit, but still, like, the instinctive monk-like reactions of Grant just ducks down and gets out of the way as you kind of lurch forward to take hold of him.
Okay, that's gonna frustrate him a bit. I'll probably just move down here. I guess in the trying to grab him, I lunge forward a bit and just end here. Okay.
All right.
With other Grant stepping backwards, does normal Grant look any different? Is he still unconscious?
Currently, yes.
Can I try slapping original Grant again?
Go for it.
Sorry, Grant.
She says to herself quietly. Probably not meaning it.
Yeah.
It's okay. You still miss.
That's fine. Okay. Can I try and like shout at like both of the Grants as well? And be like, oh, I don't know. Just be like, you need to wake up. Stop doing this, Grant. You need to wake up.
Okay. Okay. Why is Grant so strong? Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's gonna be my turn. Yeah.
Okay. Grant,
Yes.
you Alura swings out and tries to hit other you that you can now see. Misses for some reason and then just screams in your ear. Essentially, you need to wake up. Roll another wisdom save for me.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay. She's right. You do need to wake up. You start pulling yourself, like urging your consciousness back into your original body. And like seem to inch slowly towards it until eventually you are back and awake, sort of hunched over yourself, sort of staring at the ground at your feet. And you can just about hear the reverberation of Alura screaming in your ear, still ringing slightly.
Yeah.
At that point, Grant 2 disengages again and then sprints off into the forest, starts laughing. Sprint, sprint, sprint.
I would love it if that's just what he's saying because he's running away. You just see Grant yawn as he's waking up. It's like, what? Were you fighting something?
I'm still angry.
You're still angry.
Alura's going to breathe like a massive sigh of relief and just instantly start checking over Grant to see if he's like taken any of the damage that Tulip's dealt to him. Oh, well, the spiritual weapon as well, so I'll say we.
Doesn't seem to.
Still just looks exhausted.
Still just looks exhausted. You can see the red handprint from where you slapped him,
That's fair.
but that's the only thing that seems to be lingering.
Okay. Grant,
So,
don't fall asleep.
no, we're moving. Why'd we stop?
We got attacked by another you.
You mean the doll?
It didn't look like a doll. It was exactly like you. Just came sprinting at us, and I had to bonk it with a mace to stop it.
That's so strange. I had a dream where we were fighting for some reason.
Like, here.
I have a very tired look around. Similar.
Oh, that wouldn't have been a dream.
I mean, I was winning. It was fun. But yeah, you guys just seemed not yourselves and wouldn't. I had to try and smack you out of whatever was trance you guys were in. It didn't
Trance
work.
we were in.
Yeah, I don't think it was
Yeah.
us.
Oh, in my
was
dream it
not
was.
us.
I think, like Alura says, I don't think they're dreams. So, I don't know. If it happens again, just think it's not a dream, okay?
If whatever you're saying has any inclination of what's happening, I'll try, but I never saw anything, guys, in the second I closed my eyes, so for me it was a good dream.
Proof that you would win in an all-out fight between the three of you.
I nearly just did.
He's let us off lightly this time.
Yeah. Well,
Tulip, I think we need to get out of here.
Okay, let's go. But I guess if we have any more dreams or anything, like maybe we try not to hurt each other. But I don't know if we need to hurt the other one. Like, it didn't seem to do much when I put my axe right through you. Just seemed to knit back together.
What are you on about, Tulip?
Well, you
You're
noticed
talking
that
about my
too.
dream.
Well, it wasn't a dream. Allura's the
You
smart
guys
one here.
Did we
She
all
told you it was a
share
dream.
the same dream?
I don't think. I don't. He's being silly.
I think he's too exhausted to talk to. Let's see if we can get out of here at least.
All right, let's just try another one of these things. Unless we want to check out this stuff on the floor, but
I think we should stay away from that.
Okay. I still think we're probably just in the same place. It keeps changing or something like the other place, but I guess we'll find out.
We definitely will.
All right. You begin walking away. Grant, still feeling very bogged down. As you're walking through, the laughing starts up again. And this time, there seems to be omnidirectional. The same sort of laughter is coming from equally from the right-hand side of you and the left-hand side of you, and it's just sort of seemingly moving around at the same time. And you hear the rustling of leaves and the snapping of twigs and distinct sounds of movement all around you. It's quite disconcerting. So, as you're walking, Burias is here, right?
I am.
Okay, good. You were quiet and I was worried. What's the aim of the walk? Are you trying to find your way back to the original place, or are you just generally looking for a way out?
I guess looking for a way.
I think
Back
we'd
to our-
genuinely be looking for a way out, yeah.
I'm just following the other two.
Okay. Right, for the first time this evening, I need all of you to roll survival checks for me, please.
Ooh.
Now, because of me being like half asleep and completely exhausted, is mine normal or mine disadvantage?
You can have disadvantage.
Okay.
Can I guidance this?
Sure. Also known as, of course.
Oh, you bitch.
Well, good to see that Grant is on a roll.
Hey, I roll when it matters.
While you're walking, you're kind of keeping your eye out specifically for a way out. And now that you're properly paying attention, you realize that actually, as you're walking through this kind of very nondescript path, it's almost like you're not walking, the ground's just moving underneath you. Bit like a treadmill. You're walking, the ground's moving underneath you, and the environment is just kind of being projected. Is anybody proficient with Arcana?
No.
I am. Let's have a look. Nope.
Cool. Never mind then. Just like Baldur's Gate, where it's like perception check failed or survival check failed. It's like
I
you know
hate that.
you know there's something there, but you don't know what it is.
All four of them fail, and you're like, no, one
Yes.
of you, please.
Yes, it's the worst feeling. But yeah, you will notice that there is something off about the way that, like, how you're walking, or what you're walking through, more specifically.
Has it only felt like that now we've started going in this direction?
You've only just noticed it.
Okay.
For all you know, this could have been the case the whole time.
Hold on, guys. Wait here. And I'm going to try and walk, like, back the way that we've just come. And I want to see if it kind of feels the same going back as it does moving forwards.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go too far, maybe just like 15 feet or something.
It does. It feels weird. But it only starts to feel like that once you've moved away from the group properly.
Okay.
So there's sort of this sort of section has that feeling. Beyond that, it's almost like you're just walking on the spot.
Okay. But if I was around the guys, it would be like normal perspective. Everything seems okay.
No, it's more of a, if you're not moving, then everything seems fine. But when you are moving, if you're moving
Right.
away from them back the way you came, like you just did, it
Yeah.
feels like you're walking on the spot. But when you're walking
Okay.
the same way as them, you have
Yeah.
that kind of feeling again.
Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna stay with the group then and just be like, it feels the same no matter where I go.
Oh. Well, I'll let you decide what you want to do then. Because I'll just keep walking, me.
Okay.
Let's keep going for now.
Alura.
Yes.
Yes, let's keep going. Makes sense. Because eventually you've got to get somewhere, right?
Hopefully.
Um.
So Alura's thinking here is if we walk for maybe another like 15, 20 minutes and see if it actually feels like we've made any progress. And if
Yeah.
not, we can try turning around as a group and see if that makes any progress.
It's not necessarily that you're not making progress. It's just more of a, you notice that where you are seems to be not necessarily, I don't know how to explain it. It's like you're,
So what I'm getting from this is it's kind of like in the old movies where they'd be walking on a treadmill and the scenery would be moving.
yeah, that's basically what's happening. So you're kind of walking around,
Yeah.
and so like the assumption you'd get to right now would be either you are walking to a destination, but the whole realm or wherever you might be has such weird perspective and is so kind of weirdly made up that when you start noticing these little things, much like earlier on when you got to the grove with the pond in it, it's almost like there was no ground texture. It was just almost like a painted on layer of green. This looks like you're walking through a room that's having the environment projected in, like a sort of green screen room with the projectors, but like not that obviously, but and then you're just kind of walking slightly off kilter with the environment.
Right.
So there are occasions where it seems like the environment's moving quicker than you are, and then slower than you are, and takes a moment to respond if you turn to walk in a slightly different direction.
Right. Let's keep going for now. Just see what happens.
I'm so
Okay.
tired. How long are we walking for?
Until we get out of here.
She snaps back at you.
I'll
You
sleep
go to
there
sleep
at this
again,
point.
it's not gonna end well.
Okay. Just still slowly stumbling behind them or trying to keep up.
Okay. Okay. This time, the walk seems to last for a while. There's a definite slowness to this. But as you keep walking, you can definitely sense, especially Alura being the wisest and technically the most intelligent. There's a definite sort of, you know, if you're walking with intention, you could get to where you want to be. If you're walking aimlessly, you'll end up anywhere.
Oh god. Click your heels 3 times and you'll end up going home.
Sort of, yeah. Like when it's a process of working it out. So as you're walking, you're thinking to yourself, you know, what could this be? And you've made a connection to the Fae before while you were here, and working from that basis, that's the conclusion you come to, right? If you're walking aimlessly, you're never going to get anywhere that you want to be.
Right.
But if you walk with an intention, chances are, you know, you might make it.
Okay. Can Alura be thinking about that, like talking to the other guys about it, like thinking out loud?
Mm-hmm.
Just to see what they think about it?
Go for it. It's a team game.
So, do you guys think that if we don't know where we're going, we're never going to get anywhere?
What?
You've thrown me through a loop there, what?
Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm walking because I want to go home. I want to go back to the normal world. But
Well,
I don't know
Yeah.
how to get there. So maybe that's why it feels like we're stuck.
you might just have to tell me what you want me to do.
So, you saying we need a map to know where to go?
Maybe not necessarily a map, because I don't think we'll find one. But maybe if we just focus on getting out of here and wanting to get back to the real world and out of this,
What?
I don't know, maybe we could like manifest it or something.
You mean find a portal?
Yeah,
I
I guess.
assume that's what we were doing anyway.
So, like, walk with purpose, but think about where we want to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what did you just say? Let's go.
I know where I want to be. Bed.
Right. But you gotta be careful. If we have to think, you're saying we have to think of where we want to be.
I think we need to focus on and have maybe like a mental image of getting back into that cave that we came in through.
Okay.
That was the way in, so maybe if we can find it again, we'll find the way out.
Mm-hmm. But what if I was to think of... Nope, you're right. I'll try to think of just that. Let's go.
Okay. And are we all thinking of the same place?
We can all hold hands, because if you want.
I'm
And
thinking
skip
of the
and sing
stone
and follow the
bed
yellow
at
brick road.
Well, I could play my flute.
Oh god, no. That would wake me up.
Wait, Grant, what are you trying to say about my flute?
You play excellently, Tulip,
Okay.
but we need to be quiet. It might attract monsters.
Oh, yeah, I don't like monsters.
OG Grant does have a point.
Okay, quiet, but thinking about the cave or the way we
Oh.
got here. And
What were you thinking, Grant?
Oh, my monk's temple.
I think we all need to focus on getting to the cave first.
I mean,
Because if we're all thinking
Okay.
different things, maybe we won't get anywhere. Maybe we'll end up getting split up, and I don't want that to happen.
I did say hold hands.
Tulip, if
may
you want to hold
have a
hands, I'll
point.
hold your hand.
Okay.
Aw, it's the start of a budding friendship.
And I'm going to hold out my other hand to Grant as well, because I'm in the middle. You know what we could do? We could do that thing where the kids do with their parents, where they hold one of their hands each and they pull them up and go, whee!
I think Grant is too tired to lift your full body weight up. I feel like if you tried that, you'll just go flat on your face.
Wow.
Halfling.
I was going to say, you're trying to say that Alura's, heavy.
No, I'm trying to portray the
am-
fact Grant is more exhausted than what you guys realise.
I
Yeah,
am
both
in heavy
18
armor,
strength.
so I won't take offense to that.
That is also true.
I
Definitely.
wasn't
know
even
that.
thinking of the armor.
Clink, clink,
But-
clink, clink.
Okay, I oblige, and for once, Tulip, that actually sounds like a great idea. Let's do it.
Okay. So hand in hand, you will start kind of walking with intent towards the gate you passed through originally. Originally purely just following Nismo, trying to find him, but also track down Malakir if you could. Now desperately trying to escape, having fought Malakir, come out on top. Eventually, after maybe 10 minutes, make sure I've got the right map. I have the right map. Huzzah! You emerge from the sort of beam of light, hand in hand, back into a damp, dark, deep cave.
Oh, well, that worked.
Laura's immediately just going to sit on the ground and pray back to Hestia and be like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You still feeling a bit rough there, Grant?
I don't know. How do I feel? I would assume I'm still tired.
Roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Hmm. Come on, wisdom saving throws.
Oh, bloody hell. You're doing well on these. You're getting some good
Beautiful.
rolls. You feel like shit, but you're doing alright.
Yeah, guys, I'm okay. I just exhausted. What? I don't even really know what is happening.
How does he look? I'm assuming he still looks pretty much the same.
Yeah. He looks like
Okay.
Aqua. No, he
Does
doesn't.
he?
He looks like Grant. God damn it.
Wow, you went from grey to blue.
Leave me alone, okay?
It's a
I've-
hot day.
It's hot.
You
I've spent-
want that aqua.
I spent a lot of time in the last 2 days thinking about Aqua.
You know what? He's just missing that wild magic.
I
No,
know.
Missing it
I'm
so
not.
Spend
much.
all the time thinking about aqua. I just can't stop. It's great.
I'm not missing the wild magic, trust me. Alright. As you enter the cave, there is no sign of movement or any form of, what's the word I'm looking for? Anybody
Life?
blocking? Yeah, except for the plant life that's growing in here. There's no form of like obstruction. That's what I'm looking for.
Mhm.
Should we have a good rest here then? Because Grant still looks a bit weak.
I think that's a good idea, but I also think we need to try and close this portal off, just in case something follows us.
Hmm.
But I don't have any spells that would be able to do that.
You have no clue.
Meglo, if I sit and have a think,
Mm-hmm.
can I try and figure out if this is a portal that's potentially set up with, like, a rune somewhere? You know, like an on and off switch? Or something to that effect? Or would I be able to tell if it was, like, a spell?
Roll a wisdom check for me.
With guidance?
Of course.
Just straight wisdom.
Just wisdom. 16. Not bad. Nice. There
I
seem...
want to say as well before we go too far,
Mhm.
without looking at it too much.
Yes.
Just to specify, I don't want to be pulled in.
Generally, portal magic like this, or portals like this, sorry, are magical in nature.
Mm-hmm.
There is usually a spell or a some form of trigger that activates it, causing it to come into being, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So to cancel it out, it would just be a case of working out what spell it is and finding a way to end it.
Okay. Okay, I mean, out of character, I don't have Dispel Magic or anything, so...
In character, you do. That's good.
That's exactly how that works, yes.
Yeah.
Chloe doesn't, but Alura
Alura does.
It just sounds so funny to say it like that.
But yeah, basically, I don't have anything, and I don't think I have anything that I could even prepare, like, after a long rest, that would allow me to do that. No, because I don't even have Dispel Magic on here, so... I have Detect Magic, but I feel like we've already detected the portal, so that's not going to be very helpful. But yeah, Alura's going to be kind of like thinking out loud, like, so we need to find a way to get rid of the spell, but we can't look at it, or we'll start to be pulled in. And kind of like shout out to the others, like, any outside of the box thinking, maybe? Like, any ideas from you guys?
Brave.
We could cover it in leaves.
That's an option.
It's certainly an option.
We could just
I think
go
we'll be
back
fine.
through the cave and rest at the entrance of the cave.
Yeah.
At this point, Grant's like trying to find a spot full of leaves for him to just sit down. He's saying these random suggestions out, not really paying attention to anything.
Covers himself in leaves and just hides in
Yeah.
the bushes.
If I can't see the portal, it can't see me.
I don't know.
Okay.
Why don't we just try? We can rest up above here, maybe, if we can get up to it,
I think that's probably a good idea.
and then just keep an eye down, and maybe put some crunchy leaves or sticks underneath it, so if anyone does step through, we can hear them.
That's a good idea.
Because outside it's all like fungus, so we can't really. Well, I guess we can put another fire and camp down, but
We'll
least you can hear
definitely. I think you're right. We do need to rest in here so that Grant can get back to normal before we leave. I was just seeing if there was like a quick way that we could get rid of this portal so that we could rest like in peace, but I don't think that's an option. I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't really know much about magic or a lot of things.
You know how to play the flute,
Tulip,
though.
you've had some great ideas. And you had your special stew that kept me strong right at the start, so
Oh, it might work for you as well, Grant. Actually,
that's a good idea. Yeah, actually, I never even thought of that.
You know,
Was there anything stopping us from coming up this top last time?
no, you just didn't. It's just basically a
Like a little
alcove,
pocket.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. So yeah,
How high
I'll
is it
climb
to
up
actually
there with.
climb on?
About 20 feet. There's lots of vines for you to use to climb with. It's not a particularly difficult climb.
Okay.
If he
slow,
needs
but I
it,
make
I'll
it.
come over and guidance him so he feels a bit better.
You just cast guidance on him. He doesn't need to use a check, but it's just nice to know it's there, you know?
Bit of extra moral support.
Yes. It's just like, you can do it.
I guess
Okay.
set up a camp and fire and some foods.
And some food. Okay.
I will sit and lean it on this wall.
Okay. And Tulip, just remember, if ever you're feeling useless, remember you did save the party with your panicked flute once.
I did.
Twice.
Twice.
I will always have it to hand just in case.
Always cherish the moment where you saved the party with your planet fluting. Your
Planet fluting? You
your
say
planet
planets with
fluting.
it.
Your panicked fluting.
Just that giant head from Rick and Morty, show me what you got, and it's just Tulip with his flute.
She's like, oh, we're all
Tulip
doomed.
would save the planet with his panicked whistling from his flute.
Yeah, I think I'd like to play that like. Now I see it's like slight bouts of like amnesia after like rages.
Mhm.
I think it kind of comes back to him. What happened like 12 hours later? Slowly comes back into him. Like, oh yeah. So, like I remember doing that, but then I'm just like, oh, I do actually remember hitting things as well.
She's like, yeah, I remember that.
That was me, right?
That was.
It was Dream Tulip.
Oh no, we don't want to dream.
Oh! Does Tulip have a flower? I forgot.
I did have one from here.
You
Is
did?
it still with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still in one piece.
Only been a day. We went through. Yeah, it hasn't been. We had a long rest since then, have we?
No.
We chased thingy through.
Because we were feeling pretty okay when he jumped through for the first time, so
Yeah, now we need a rest, though, for sure.
for sure.
Okay,
Oh,
so I'd
sure.
like to say probably would have put down some sticks and stuff without staring directly into the thing because I've been
Mhm.
told not to. Sticks and some crunchy leaves.
Okay.
Start cooking whatever we got.
Right. Roll a survival check with advantage for me.
I am proficient.
Ooh.
Doesn't really matter.
With a 7. You just about managed to stop all of the embers and crackling from catching the rest of the cave on fire. But what this does do is distract you enough that all the food that you try and cook burns.
Oh no!
Still edible. We just have to really pick around it.
Just scrape the top layer off. It'll be fine.
This is how it's supposed to be. This is a different.
Bit of extra crunch.
It's a different
Yes.
recipe.
Different recipe.
Yeah.
What is it? It's not burnt. It's blackened.
Deception. It's not burn. It's actually flavoring. It's an exotic
A lot of people
spice.
can't. A lot of people
You
don't
convinced
appreciate
Grant.
Exactly. You convince Grant's just chomping down. Chomp, 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 chomp.
I haven't eaten in
mean-
a while. This is like a first meal for a while.
Yeah, Alura wouldn't be too bothered even if it wasn't like quote unquote flavoring.
I was thinking, you know how we could think and get to somewhere?
Mhm.
What if we thought, if we have to go back in, I don't know why we would, but if we do, we could think of like Nismo, and maybe we can walk to Nismo,
That's a good idea.
because that's, well, part of the reason we went in there, obviously, and I think we seem to have forgotten about him a little bit.
I thought we would have bumped into him following. But I guess if it is about what we're thinking about, Nismo might have been thinking about something else.
Well, we were thinking about catching the other guy, we got to him, and we just didn't think about going to find Nismo, unless he was part of those bodies that were chopped up in that room.
I have no idea.
Well,
That's a good idea though. If we do need to go back in.
to be fair though, the bodies inside that room, I mean, he's a dragonborn, right? Were there any like dragonly kind of like limbs and stuff?
Make a, like an investigation check for me for the past.
Oh, poops.
No. Not that you
Okay.
could see.
Okay. It would stand out. I don't think it was, because it was like, it'd be like bronzy body parts, wouldn't it? Bronzy dragon scales and stuff.
Mm.
I don't remember that. But we'll rest. I don't mind taking a watch.
I'll take first watch because you've been doing the cooking and stuff, so I'll take first.
Okay.
How should we do this though? Because I think Grant needs to have a full, proper rest and not get up for a watch. So
You look over
would
to
we be
Grant
able...
right now. He is asleep, like just sat up.
Passed out straight away.
Yeah.
Oh no! Do we see anything else running towards?
Well, if we did like, I don't know, if we did, even if we did 3 hours, we might have to rest for half a day. We'd need like 8 hours rest, 6 hours have to be sleeping. Right, so
I don't. Is that how that works, Meglo? I don't know how long rests work.
So if there's, but yes, basically, if you have out of an 8-hour rest, you have to be sleeping for 6.
Okay.
And so in this case, it would be, you'd
So
have
we'd
to,
have to do like a 12-hour rest.
basically you're
both
doing
of us
2
to
watches
get-
each, so you're doing two
Yeah.
4 hours each. So yeah,
or we
probably
could
about.
just wake up Grant after the 3rd watch and he might be okay by then. And that'll be 9 hours instead. But we can just do 12 if you want.
I think maybe that's best because I think Grant needs like a big rest. And like, I know you had Nismo, but you guys did it the same when I was ill as well, like when I was badly injured. So I think we should take the time for him.
You wouldn't need to sleep for most of it. You would sleep for 6 hours and then be able to just do like non-strenuous activity.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay,
But then that
makes
would
sense.
still need to be 6 hours for me and 6 hours for Tulip, though, wouldn't it? So
yeah,
Yeah. So you sleep for 3, I sleep for 3, you sleep for another 3, then I go back to bed, but you don't go to bed because you had 6 hours sleep.
yeah.
So, yeah, we'll just say we did like 12 hours. Just do 2 separate watches each of 3 hours. Just
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. Okay. So who's watching first? Alura.
Yes, I will, yeah.
All right. Roll a perception check for me for your watch,
With guidance?
of course.
Nice.
Not bad.
Nice. You are acutely aware throughout your watch of the river running past. There are still spores kind of falling into it, and brings back a reminder that outside the cave, the fungus is probably still spreading. And there doesn't seem to be any movement necessarily through the cave or anything of note, but it is an eerie environment. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
just kind of being
Just
around
feels
here
wrong.
just feels wrong. Yeah, exactly. But nothing of note to take note of.
Okay.
In the cave, anyway.
Yeah.
Grant is kind of twitching in his sleep.
Okay.
Because I
When
imagine
I-
you'd be watching him as well.
Yeah. When I wake up Tulip, then can I just give him a quick like once over, make sure he's not like dying or something before I go to bed?
Sure, make a medicine check for me.
Ooh, with guidance?
Of course.
That's not what I wanted.
Still 15.
Still 15.
Medically, seems fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about at the minute, medically, because I can't do anything for him mentally, really.
Yeah. Can't help a
Okay.
lost cause there, can you?
You may notice I still have a smile on my face.
Oh god. I mean, Alura wouldn't have noticed, and she definitely would not have noticed the first time either, but Jesus. Okay, so yeah, I'll get Tulip up and I'll go to bed.
Alrighty.
That time already.
Sorry.
Oh, whoops. What did I do? Oh. I changed the map and it was like, wait a minute. There's nothing there anymore. If I press that, then there's gold everywhere.
Gold!
But we're suffocating in a wall.
Yeah, you don't get the gold.
Damn it.
Tulip. Your watch begins. Nothing eventful happens during your watch. It's quite quiet. Yeah, there's not much else to say. Is there anything you wish to do?
No. Probably consider. No. I think Grant's probably okay. I don't think he'll just run off or anything.
Okay.
Should be good. Yeah, I'll just wake Alura again for her next one.
Okay. Alura, going off the same perception check just to make it a whole night thing so that we're just not really slowing it down.
Okay.
Again, the cave is quiet. The cave is, I wouldn't say peaceful, but it's restful, I guess.
Yeah.
At this point, you've been kind of going for about, you've been resting as a group for a few hours now, and Grant he hasn't really moved. He's been very still up against the wall, just sleeping, smiling. Not that you would notice. And then there's a flicker of movement somewhere in the center down here of the cave.
Right.
But it's just a flicker. Where there's nothing to really see. It's difficult to decide whether it was something moving or potentially like a shadow from the portal, the light of the portal. But there was something.
Okay. Can I move a little bit closer to the edge, say like here, and like properly look out to see if I can see anything still moving or anything that's like out of place?
Okay. Make a perception check.
If I'm using my guidance for the long rest perception, can I still use it again now?
No.
Does that mean then I shouldn't have used it on my medicine check as well?
It's fine because you hadn't answered the question then.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think about it, so...
You've asked it now, and...
Yeah. Straight perception.
Should have just said I'm guidance in.
Luckily didn't need it.
Nice.
With the 21, you notice that whatever was down on the bridge stopping you from coming through the first time seems to have gone.
Oh.
Because it was sort of like spores floating in the air.
Yeah.
Down here. And whatever caused the movement definitely, because it was down here, like in this bit that's being illuminated, and deduction and sort of logical reasoning would indicate that it was probably caused by a shadow from through the portal.
Okay. So, Alura's going to be thinking the worst and think that something has just come, like, barreling through the portal and somehow managed to, like, you know, like, do, like, a running jump, get up this cliff, and then run down here towards, like, the entrance across that bridge bit.
Okay.
So, on her watch, she's going to be, like, hyper vigilant. Like, I don't expect it to, like, change the result of, like, anything, like, any checks or anything, but, yeah, she's just going to be, like, probably a little bit paranoid at this point.
Okay.
But yeah, she's going to move back to, like, her original spot, so she's not too close to the edge.
Cool. Aqua. No. Grant. That time, I was literally sat here thinking, right, we're going to pop to Aqua. No, Grant. Jesus.
What does he do?
We're into double figures now of me getting the name wrong. Grant, you sleep through this whole time. And, you know, you're having happy dreams again of... Firstly, dreams that you can't really control, ones where you're still running through the forest laughing and giggling and joking and frolicking. Again, following your friends, just, you know, joining in.
Yeah.
And then the dream shifts as your friends approach the portal. You sort of drop back slightly. Almost like, and then you kind of hide behind a tree, almost like you're playing a game.
Hide and seek, of course.
Of course. And then you feel the atmosphere change as you come through the portal as you come through the portal, you feel like the moist and dampness of the cave, and there's still that general happiness and joyfulness and glee. However, you now have more control over it again. You kind of bring yourself. You climb up the sort of wall to the alcove, and you sit yourself down, and still tired, feeling exhausted at this point. And just you realize you're basically in your dream, as you're sat there sleeping, in inverted commas, you're actually just watching your friends sort of through like ever so slightly open eyes, just watching them
But we're in this cave.
taking their watches.
Oh, okay.
Every time they look over, your eyes sort of close fully, and then they open ever so slightly more. Until this point where you're kind of watching Alura, having walked over to the edge. You've had an urge. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Fine, I'm pretty decent at these now.
Don't jinx it.
16.
I kind of was hoping to jinx it, see what would happen.
Grant's becoming evil.
You feel an urge to just like get up, walk over there, and just push her down the cliff. I say cliff, like ledge.
God.
And there is a fleeting second or two where your body actively shifts to stand. But you manage to fight it off. You've already had one weird dream about hurting your friends today. Don't want to add to it.
Nope.
But you, from your shifted position, you just continue to watch her. She comes and wakes up Tulip, who then stands for his watch, looking groggy and a little bit grumpy. Tulip.
Yeah.
What are you doing for your second watch?
I don't know if I'd say grumpy looking, because I've got a very pretty flower in my pocket.
True.
How could one be grumpy?
You're not wrong there. I apologize for assuming.
I don't think I'd be doing too much. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe having a wander around to have a look, make sure nothing's changed. And then I don't know if Grant has been sitting up this whole time, but I'd probably think it's not a very good way to sleep, so I'd probably like make sure he lies down or something.
He was basically just sat propped up against the wall for most of the night, but has now seemed to shift ever so slightly down to the side that cannot be comfortable.
Okay. I'll make him a bit more comfortable, I guess, without trying to wake him.
Okay.
Otherwise, just watch out, I guess.
Okay. You make sure Grant is as comfortable as you think he can be. And then continue your watch. Passes quite uneventfully again. But as it becomes time for you to start setting up breakfast, for example, you your dream shifts from dreaming of watching your friends just taking their watches and walking around and kind of having to fight off the urge to jokingly push them off with a bit of a, as a fun game. You are then brought to what can only be described as a less fun type of dream. A dream that takes you completely away from where you are right now, takes you completely away from your friends, takes you completely away from the alcove of the cave that you're in. It leads you down somewhere you've never been before, into familiar sort of fungal looking environment, but just on a grander scale. Everything seems to just be turned up to 11. All of the fungi are grown taller than you, towering over 10, 12, 13, 14 feet tall at least. And a winding path that seems to grow, like sort of wind up a hill. If you start walking down it, or as you start walking down it, a slight clearing from an overhang of the fungus, you can feel like this really fine drizzle that is just constant. And as the tree line clears slightly, you can see above the hill there's just this gigantic palace of fungus. And it's calling to you. You get the feeling that you are being chosen to lead. But it's right around that time, as you get that feeling you're being chosen to take control, to lead, that Tulip shakes you on the shoulder to wake you up ready for breakfast.
And that's my last thought/feeling of.
Mm-hmm.
How am I today? Am I still exhausted?
Yeah. You're less tired, but you still are missing the hit points.
Well, what you got first this morning, Tulip?
A motivational flute solo.
I can't eat that.
Well, we've got some leftovers from last night. Or
Tasty.
just ration packs, I guess.
I looked at the leftovers. I don't say a bit in my mind. Tulip kind of burnt that. I'll stick to my rations.
Alura doesn't want to upset Tulip, so she'll eat some leftovers.
Oh no.
Tulip will start eating a ration pack.
Do I need to make a Constitution saving throw?
No, it's just
Not poison.
it's just like at this point it's just like solid charcoal. Like you take bites and you're crunching it and it just falls apart in your mouth and it's just like charcoal dust.
Beautiful.
I think something happened to it overnight or something.
It just kept cooking.
Well, that's what happens when you
Turns
eat
out
on
he
fire.
didn't actually put the campfire out and he just left it on the pan, like over it, so it just burned more and more and more. Like to actually take some of it like on your plate to eat, you have to like scrape it off. I think there's like maybe one half mouthful that tastes a little bit like chicken.
It was chicken?
It was probably like a soup of something.
Yeah.
Still, it was something.
You're gonna hurt Tulip's feelings.
Well, Grant could cook next time then, Corny.
No. Oh, and Grant, I'm stretching. I'm just like, yeah. It was an alright sleep, but something still feels off. I can't quite put my finger on it.
As he says that, Alura will go over and like check him over, like give him another physical once over.
Okay. Make a medicine check for me.
With guidance, because I'm not doing anything anymore.
Of course. 24. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Love it.
As you know, check his eyes, kind of check his pulse, make sure his heart's still beating. You know, do all of the medical checks that you have been trained to do. Like Grant is looking very much like he hasn't at all taken a long rest. His skin is really clammy. There's like a thin sheen of sweat just coating him at all times, it seems. His eyes are completely bloodshot. The bags under him are just, you know, growing and growing and growing and growing. And like the slouching, it's just, his head is literally bobbing side to side. It's just like hanging loose on his neck almost. That's just how tired he looks.
Okay.
But when he speaks,
Leave it.
he seems like quite lucid and energetic.
Okay.
Mentally, he seems fine. It's just physically.
Yeah, I've not noticed it either, so.
Yeah, you're just at a constant Dutch tilt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like everything's sideways.
Okay. Alura's just going to take a minute to kind of like rest up and re-prepare her spells. So I'm just going to do that now.
Yeah, long rest. Click the button.
I mean, it makes sense. My long rest, I got 2 hit points back. Yay!
I think I was on 32 hit points, but you re-imported me. But
It's fine. It's not like Grant did any damage to you at all.
I did 8 out of 40.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Did
but
I?
then
I didn't even think I went for you.
Yeah, you hit me for 8, but then I
Yeah.
raged. Failed and half.
Oh, to stop. After
Yeah.
The first round, I think it was, wasn't it?
Okay, yeah.
It's like, as long as I get my rage on, I don't think there should be a problem. Hopefully.
Don't outgrant that. His clone might know how to defeat you next time.
Fine. So what we doing then? Because he still looks a bit rough.
I mean, I feel alright. I slept it off. I had a strange dream again, but this time you guys weren't in it for very much long.
Such good English. Grant English good.
Grant becoming I am Groot at this rate. I'm Grant.
Okay, well, what was that? What was the new dream then?
At first, I was happy, like my last one, watching you guys from afar. Then we went through this portal, and after a bit, I ended up seeing this, like, I don't know if it was a castle covered in fungus or a fungus made out to look like a castle.
A fungus made out of castle.
Yeah. But it
That's
was
pretty
calling
terrifying
to
fungus.
me. It wanted me there for some reason.
Doesn't sound like
And
a good
then-
idea.
The next thing I know, Tulip, you were waking me up for breakfast.
Wow, it's waking you up. There was no breakfast. Okay.
Yeah, right. Go on.
Well, let's. I mean, do we want to go back in there, or don't know the best thing to do? Because we can go, but where do we go? Do we just leave this place?
I think
But
we would
then-
need to go back to the world tree. That's where we were headed originally, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has anyone checked outside actually? Since
No.
we've been back? Ugh.
We've just stayed here.
Mm. But it did
Have a
look
quick
like
look
there's
through
no
my
more.
inventory.
It looked like there's no more fog here, so we shouldn't have to jump too much.
We do need to be careful. I saw some movement while I was on my watch previously. I couldn't see what it was, but I think we just need to be careful to make sure that nothing is like stalking us or about to ambush us.
Okay.
So keep guard up.
Okay.
Well, I'm
I'll
quite
keep
vigilant.
My eyes feel heavy, but I'm willing to keep an eye out.
Hmm. Okay. Well, we can go look outside then, I guess. And then we know which way to go, don't we? Because this wasn't much of a diversion on the way to the World Tree, right? Originally.
It's still about a day away from here, isn't it, Meglo? Because I think when we
Something
were on
like
our
that,
way
yeah.
here, yeah, I think the World Tree was a day and a half, and this was just half a day.
Yeah, so you're probably about a day. You're probably still about a day and a half away.
Yeah, because of like the direction that we've gone out of the way, I guess.
Okay. Well,
But I think that's probably best.
yeah. How many days was it until our mate turns back up again?
I don't
can't
know.
remember.
Mate,
Well,
who are you on about?
What's it like? Is it like he's going to drop those traders off, and then
Oh,
10
our
days?
driver.
I
thought
forgot
it
about him. You know.
It was going to be a week for
Same,
him to get.
honestly.
It was going to be a week for him to get to the city, and then he was going to come back. So it would probably be about 10 days in total, of
Yeah, he
which,
said he was going to warn people as well.
of which you're probably about 5 days into.
Oh, 5 already. Okay.
Owen.
That's it.
That was his name, Owen.
Hmm.
Can't believe you guys
Okay, well-
forgot my NPCs. Jesus.
I remember his name, I just forgot he existed.
I'll have you know, I'm on page 13 of my notes at the minute.
Just for today.
Yeah, just for today.
Oh, well, it's better than me. My notes don't extend much further than trying to remember what we did.
So, if we're moving, I ask, how is Grant moving? Because I feel like I would be energetic, but if I'm still sluggish in that, would I notice it, or would I kind of be like ignoring the fact that I am slow, even though I feel like I'm not, in a sense?
It's a bit of both, really. You feel fine mentally, but there's like that kind of constant ache, you know?
Okay, so I do notice that there is something like kind of tugging at me in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't be in front of the group then, because I'll just be like still trying to figure out my stride and get myself. We'll try and feel back how I was.
I guess I'll take the lead then, in case we get ambushed.
Am I going in the back?
Well, it could be like a you two alongside and me just ahead if you want.
Sure, sounds
Yeah,
good.
let's keep each other company.
Well, provided we've got the room to do it, but yeah.
And there's no more poisony frog over here.
No, that has dissipated.
Okay.
Being here on the bridge, can I see the where the river meets the next like area that we previously had to jump over? Can I see if it's like covered in fogs, not fog, in fungus still, or if it's kind of like died off a little?
It seems to still be covered.
Okay.
Currently. Like this whole area is technically covered in fungus, but
Yeah.
not the bad kind of fungus you've been experiencing. So it's like, again, it's trying to sort of get over and under the vines. No, wait, this area was covered in bad fungus. You're right, sorry. So yes, it is.
Because we used Nismo to burn it with an aura, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think at
Damn
one
it.
point we were using torches because we could only go through like 2 by 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I've still got torches. If nobody's got them, you can have them.
I don't
That's-
own any torches.
That's just Chloe trying to pass responsibility for burning the way onto someone else.
And I've got 4 left, apparently.
Oh, okay.
You
I've
gave
got
me some
3.
already.
So,
But I mean, are we going to go a day and a half to the world tree? We haven't got enough torches for that, I don't think.
Not this way, no.
I mean, we're going to need to get out the cave, so we're going to have to use one for that anyway.
Okay, we'll try to keep it lit, I guess.
No. This may tell us if Malachi was the one causing the fungus around here.
But we'll definitely be able to get a better idea once we're out, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I guess if we do running jumps, I think my running jump should be like, I don't know, whatever the distance is.
This was only 5 foot last time, wasn't it? Because we all just tried to jump normally.
5, 10.
I think it's 10 feet.
Yeah.
But I think you can all do 10 feet. So this one wasn't the issue. The issue was the one further up where you had to
Yeah.
crawl.
Okay. Well, I guess. Should I throw the torch over to land so it creates heat to get rid of fungus for a landing pad?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I love how that's just like, that could be taken so many ways. It's just like, yes, do the bad idea, or yes, that could work.
With my strength, I can throw like a flaming torch to land. Where we're going to jump to, roughly.
All right,
It'd be funny,
okay.
you just like get a 20 and yeet it that far to 50 too far.
Okay, so you throw your torch across. It would land about here. Not that you can see that because it starts with no light. Please hold. Okay, lands about there.
I'll let it like do its magic for a second, and then do running jump and just
Try and land in that area.
yeah, and then I can pick it up and make it a bit more a larger area for everyone else to be comfortable with.
Yes, it's my turn, and yeah, I'll take a couple steps back and give it a run and jump.
Mhm.
Okay, so both of you make it across absolutely fine. Alura,
Yeah.
you're as you've been left till last, you get the experience of the fungus trying to like encroach back in on you as you jump. So you've got a bit of motivation.
Yeah. I'll yeah, obviously also try and jump across. With me having less movement, do I need to make any checks or?
No, you'll be okay because you've got the others on the other side to catch you if you fall.
Okay.
Allegedly. All right.
Okay, cool.
And
Tulip
then
would.
out
Tulip's
we
a good egg.
He is.
go. Yeah.
Okay. Is this the map? Is this the map? I think it might be, but we'll double check. It is. It is the map.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What do you mean, oh no?
Observer didn't load properly.
Oh, okay. I thought
She's
you were
like,
going to say, like, oh yeah, the owl bear didn't load or something.
oh no. I wouldn't use an owlbear. It's far too mainstream. I'd use like a hook horror.
Oh god.
Can I find a hook
Isn't that
horror?
just a
quickly?
weird big looking chicken?
Very much.
Wait, who has shove? Shove it off the edge of a cliff.
There we go. Hook horror. Buggy.
Honestly, not as terrifying as what Baldur's Gate made them look like.
No. Use your imagination. It's only got 74 hit points. You'll be fine. You make it outside. You have to fight through the film to get back outside again. But you're quite proficient at this now. You just poke through, rip, and step through. Outside, things have progressed. Whereas where there's usually been, or there used to be a layer of fungus just kind of coating the ground, now there's the layer of fungus and then further fungus growing out of it.
Like the lasagna fungus that we saw before.
Yeah, so there's the lasagna fungus, and now there's like broccoli and cauliflower fungus.
Oh no.
Also, like mushroom fungus, because that's what mushrooms are.
So that's worse now.
It's worse now.
I'm starting to think we're supposed to go back into that portal then.
Tulip, all of a sudden, has changed complete personality.
Tulip says he doesn't want to live on this planet anymore.
So we know which way we came, I guess.
We came down from these two paths at the bottom, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
I think to the right. Yeah, I don't know.
So I think we're going to kind of need to go like back down and then up.
Back down till we see an opening where we can see the world tree, and then towards that.
No, I mean like just back down as in like to where we can get like to these areas where we can walk back up the cliffs that are on this like left side.
Ah, okay.
Okay, we'll just do that. And unless there's anything, I might look around to see if anything else is different here. Do we hear any laughing or anything either? Just concerned about laughter.
Not currently.
Okay.
No creepy laughing out of nowhere.
Honestly, it's odd Tulip stopped and went to listen for that out of all of us.
No Grant 2.0 is hidden anywhere.
No, we've moved on. It's now Grant 4.0.
Oh god.
Like he's got the stealth upgrade. All right. As you kind of purposefully start moving forwards, you like clearing the way. Just like Tulip is charging forward. It takes a lot of for Alura especially to keep up. However, purposefully going forwards, and Tulip, make a survival check for me.
These I can almost semi-do.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
I have faith. I have less faith, but I still believe in you. 11. See, it's less. It's more than 10.
Yeah.
It's less bad than we thought. Heading in the direction you think the world tree to be, it takes Alura to kind of tap you on the back of the leg and just say, actually, it's that way, for you to divert into the direction of the world tree. But setting off on the journey, you've still got plenty of time in the day to make good progress. And what you can see quite clearly is that the progression of growth seems to have followed suit out here as well. Or further away, even, sorry. So while there are still the trees, normal, there's also 6 to 7 foot tall growths of like actual proper fungi of varying degrees. Like Tulip would probably be able to identify a few of them just from, you know, general knowledge of his survival skills. And they're all growing taller and like much bigger than they ever should be naturally. But powering on towards the wild tree. Somebody make a perception check for me.
I could do it.
Okay,
With guidance.
of course. $20.
Nice.
Kind of looking around while you're walking, you notice that the forest is almost entirely silent.
Amazing.
The only sound you can hear are your footsteps and breathing.
Our breathing or just breathing?
You're breathing. Your
Okay.
footsteps, you're breathing.
Okay.
There's nothing else. There's no wildlife. There's no birds in the sky. There's not even any insects or, you know, bugs in any way, in any form.
Right, okay. I'll just kind of point that out to the others in passing, like, bit weird. There's not even any fungus creatures around.
Wonder where they've gone.
Grant.
Maybe they go on.
No, you finish your thought, sorry.
I was say maybe they vanished when we defeated Malik.
Maybe.
As you're saying that, Grant, you finish your sentence and you finish your thought, and your brain sort of drifts off, and you can see in front of you now what you can only assume is the world tree. This huge tree that is unimaginably tall and wide at the base, with roots that are the roots that are the size of normal trees, curling around on themselves and digging straight down into the ground. The color of the wood is like a deep brown, like a deep dark brown with tints of red sort of infused in it. That just seems to contrast completely to the fairly neutral colors of the fungus that are now surrounding it. You can see that there's probably about 10 feet from the edge of the fungus to the nearest edge of the tree. And it's almost like the tree is repelling the fungus away. The branches above you don't start until very high up. It's difficult to judge how tall this tree is, just because of the sheer magnitude of size. But the canopy is right at the top, and the leaves themselves seem to be fluttering despite there being no wind, and there is as you're kind of paying attention to it, you can hear soft music coming from it that is a combination of like song, some kind of song, obviously, and chanting, and there's no real way you can make out what this chanting would be. However, you know that's, or you kind of just know that that's what's pushing the fungus away, the inherent magic of the world tree, the ancient lineage that it has, and the overall power of it, which is what's drawn you to it in the first place, is what is keeping you away currently. You just need to find a way to get through to it.
Okay.
And as you come back to yourself, we're going to end the session there for today.
No.
Good job, guys.
What a cliffhanger.
You didn't die.
Didn't die.
I nearly got them though.
You nearly got them. You were so close to one of them at least.
Oh,
That was fun.
you literally, you took me down to 3 hit points.
I know. I was like, I can just use all my attacks on her and knock her out, but I was like, no, I'm gonna go for spiritual weapon. Get rid of that. I don't
I'm
want
gonna
to
be
slowly
nice
just
and not kill her.
mess. Yeah.
Got to be ruthless.
It made sense. It actually hit me for once. I needed to try and get rid of it.
It's what Aqua would have done.
Aqua would have just fireballed himself.
Very true.
Is he an evocation wizard?
Aqua, no, he's a sorcerer.
Oh yeah, of course he is wild magic sorcerer.
Wild mage.
Oh, even
But he
better.
has a wonder fireball.
Anyway, that was fun.
Incredible. That was a really good session.
We will probably end up wrapping this campaign up next week. Potentially.
No.
I know, I'm sad too.
Like, you killed the boss. You guys level up, but there's no more. Yeah. No.
So we'll see we'll see how this campaign concludes next week. That's if you guys let it end. And we'll see how this whole Grant being possessed thing, potentially possessed, or Grant possessing someone else thing turns out. What's
Grant
going on?
is fine. You
What's
gotta
going on with
worry
Grant,
about his
man?
brother Grapple.
Yeah, I know, right?
His brother Grapple. That's the problem. He's a troubled kid.
You know what it is? It's PTSD from losing his trident.
Right? That's 100%.
That's it. It's split my mind.
The 3rd of October is penciled in as the return of Scales of Destiny. So season 2 of Scales will hopefully be back on the 3rd. Which is why I've been thinking about Aqua so much recently. If anybody's going to be if anybody's going to be at Insomnia this weekend, I'm going to be there. Chloe's going to be there. So drop something in the Discord and come say hi. That'd be cool. Be nice to see people. If you're not, then that's okay too. We'll see you next week for the last episode of Fungal Queen. Anything else to say? No, I think
Are we
not.
gonna raid out?
I think so. Please hold. Let's see.
The
who's
age-old
around.
question.
I know. It's a question of can I be bothered? Not you. How about you? No, not you. What about you?
Go to D&D Beyond and just we don't have to say anything.
Yes, let's do that. Let's raid into D&D Beyond and we'll just like... Let's do that. That'd be funny. I didn't even realise I was streaming. Let's raid D&D Beyond. Okay. Good thinking there.
Easy.
D&D Beyond. Spell it correctly. Do you guys remember that time I raided someone, but it was the wrong channel because I misspelled it? That was not embarrassing at all.
Definitely not.
All right, cool. Well, thank you everyone for watching. We appreciate you. Hopefully, we'll see you next week, or maybe see you at Insomnia. Who knows? Anyway, goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.